Hello and welcome to the second episode of Like a Freak TV. It's the 2nd of August and this is the place where we explore the effectiveness and the use and the application of all the self-help knowledge that's out there to see if we can take kick-ass things and make them more betterer. And that's official like a Freak language. Today I am down here in Port Melbourne. I've always wanted to walk out to this pier and I've been carrying this camera around with me in the car so I could just stop and then I've walked down this pier and this is where we're filming today. If you saw me on the Today Show yesterday, it didn't go ideal. I haven't watched it back yet. I'm too bloody nervous. Everything went crazy. Carl had a script that he was meant to use and the first question that came out of his mouth was not on the script at all. Then he started calling me Brad. I had no idea what was going on. The Hacketts had been up since 7:30 in the morning with the film crew at their house when we weren't meant to go to air till nearly 9. So she answered the door in a dressing gown and she was a mess and I didn't know what camera to look at and it was bloody hard. So hopefully next time I'm on TV, you guys will, I'll do a better job for everybody. I'm also on radio like crazy at the moment. This Thursday morning I'm on Triple M Breakfast in Victoria. I think today I was on in New South Wales and Perth, and it's all because I've got this book out and it all looks amazing. Like, people are like, wow, you've got all these incredible people that are finally like looking at you and your work, but no, what you do in this game is you hire someone in charge of public relations and then they go and contact the media and they sort of tell you about them, about you. So that's what's going on. I didn't get discovered. There's a bit of a system behind it. I'll explain that another day. The other thing, particularly relevant going to my world, I've just been called up for jury service. That means that they want me next week to go and sit in court. However, that is for my old address. So I've actually written a letter and I hopefully will not be doing that because it's 2 hours from here. But that is the world in Mark Dobson at the moment. But today's topic is on discovering your freak ability. And I can't believe I hadn't thought of doing this, but Gemma actually posted the question to me yesterday on a message and I thought, oh, I'll do it straight away. And one of the biggest challenges that people are facing is trying to work out what the hell they're bloody good at, and even if they can work out what they're good at, how do you actually go and transfer that so that you have the opportunity to do it, whether that means making money or being in some sort of club or some sort of forum. So sometimes people are just involved in theatre and they don't necessarily want to be a mega movie star, but they want to be doing regular theatre work. So I just want to give you a couple of little distinctions that I've found have helped people achieve and discover what they're really good at. The first one is, there's a book called The Millionaire Mind, and in The Millionaire Mind, what they actually did is they interviewed millionaires and they tried to work out, did they have a consistent type of thinking? All sorts of fascinating things came up. I loved reading this book. However, one of the things of particular interest is that the millionaires actually all wanted to become millionaires. It was quite clear that's what they were out to do. However, once they became millionaires, they didn't stop doing what they were doing. This meant, as they dived into it, that what they'd actually discovered was a place where they could not only use both their intellect, but also their ability. So what they were doing is they found a job where they could use all their mental capacity, whatever they were good at. Maybe that was maths, maybe that was art, maybe that was design, maybe that was communication, whatever it was. So all of their intellect and all of their ability. So maybe they were a cabinet maker or maybe they were really good at reading the stock market, but they used two things, intellect and ability. So the first question I pose to you is, what is it that is the best use of both your intellect, your thinking ability, and your actual ability, which is your hands-on ability? To give you an idea how that can evolve, when I started doing what I do, I didn't start talking, especially to a camera like this. What I did was I actually started, I remember in grade 6, I really wanted to be a builder because I was really good with the hammer and nails. So I remember as a kid always doing the art posters for the school project, whatever it was. I was the kid you asked to do stuff. After a while I started to go, well, I don't know if I want to be a builder, I don't know if I want to work that hard physically. It just didn't seem to be satisfying enough. So I think it was probably about year 7 I decided I wanted to be an architect. So I started moving towards the whole architect thing until I saw my grades weren't really good enough. So I was like, maybe I should be a draftsman, because a draftsman draws it up, but they don't have to study as hard. Then I went to an open day. And when I went to an open day, I was probably about year 11, I went to a few, RMIT, Monash, all those sorts of things. I started walking around to see the drafting section, and then I looked across and saw these incredible illustrations, and I thought, what course is that? And it was both fine arts, or finished arts it used to be called, and that was the project of actually getting a piece of artwork ready to go to print, and that was before we had Photoshop that could do it really easily. And what I actually discovered was that course was awesome, but there was another course, or two courses, one, graphic design, and the other one was industrial design. Now, industrial design is like designing chairs that are sort of got a funky feature, or designing sauce bottles, or designing anything that you use. The other design, graphic design, was about advertising and marketing and creating awesome images to go to package things, like just the artwork that's cool. So I ended up going after the graphic design, and I really struggled. I didn't get into the courses I wanted to. I had to repeat year 12 to develop my art folio. So after I'd finished year 12, I actually repeated at a different school, did all my artwork. And once I'd done my art and developed my folio, I then got into a TAFE, and I did 2 years at a TAFE. So my art wasn't actually good enough. So what I was doing though, I was trying to go, okay, I've got this intellect, which is creative kind of part, and I seem to be okay at creating images of some sort.